We are seeing new words coming in. ESG is one verbatim which we all are hearing in every possible profession. So, myself a lawyer, my job is to do advocacy, and I do it about ESG. Environment, social governance. Sustainability has been there for ages. Always there. Do good. But now, be it in an MBA college, in technology, everywhere, youth is talking about ESG. Once they start doing a job, managers talking about ESG. So, yes, let's do a deep dive into it, and really, it does matter to the countdown. I don't want to be an alarmist or anything. Yes, we know there is planet A only. And at least I do not see myself boarding on to one of those very expensive shuttles and going to planet B. This is planet A, and it's our planet. So, if we see, whenever, now in your careers, I would say all the young people will be coming across this verbatim ESG. And if you see, there are around these 26 parameters which sum up the whole story. Though today, I would say, when it comes to this heterogeneity in defining ESG by different bodies, there could be maybe something between 70 to 100 such performance benchmark standards, having their own definitions, matrices, and all of it. But for the sake of ease of understanding, the common areas, what you just would see, these 26 elements, very important. Just for example, I'm a shareholder in a company, and I was just seeing the annual report of a company and see the attrition rate is very high. And it's increasing year on year from 30% to 35, 40%. Shall I continue being invested in that company for future? Maybe not. Without human resources, people, where do we go? And everything is interrelated. There's an intersection across these three elements. For example, I'm an ex-company. I have got much of resources at my disposal, and I am setting up a whole big forest for a decarbonization program. But my S factor not being very great, people, governance lapses are there, there's bribery, corruption things around. Do you think that forest will ever see the actual end result? Maybe not. And why are we doing everything for the environment? It's planet A. Everyone, I think in all the talks we talk, there's this one planet we have. Just imagine the number of people who got displaced in the floods this monsoon in India. The water bodies, their desilting is such a major issue today. So yes, there's lots of things, and this is what I think, be it it's true for people, for companies, everyone. When it comes to this whole structured way of saving the planet and its people, that journey is the ESG journey. Majority today might be as laggards. Few would be followers, and very, very few would be leaders. I'm hiring the best of the consultants, everyone, to look the journey of protecting the planet far more better than actually what I actually did. We saw the SEC in US, their ESG claims team over last few months going behind some companies for greenwashing. So let's not pretend to be leaders, be it as an individual or as a company. Fine, we are laggards, we're learning, and I'm very sure a platform like Countdown TEDx gives that very thing to inspire the impact we need from moving from a laggard to a leader. Now myself, I would be saying I've been now for plus 2 decades dissecting laws in different countries, advising, and I saw always, like when I was even studying in the Western world, laws are always there, made as a response to the need of the society. So today, if you ask, be it in India and on all the major geographies, you have a e-waste rule. You have on plastic waste. You have on battery handling. You have air, noise, water, everything around. They're getting even enforced. But still, when we see the evolution of it not going in a direction which wouldn't have led to this huge climate change happening. So laws being made, they need to be followed to the T, just not in spirit. Law, spirit also, we need to follow things. Now if you see from 2004 till 2018, there's been significant global disruptions happening. Major one, if you, on a personal standpoint, was 2008 when the global meltdown happened, okay? And the concept of impact capitalism thereafter came in. So businesses need to grow more responsible. And there is where we saw impact capitalism, and I would see the real effect coming in was from Paris Climate Agreement. 2015, then around a couple of months around it, the UN SDGs came in, Sustainable Development Goals. India also got being a signatory in it too, and I'm really proud when I see the kids in the school and colleges knowing each of those 1 to 17 SDGs. That's a great thing happening because nothing can defeat education. So even in India, globally we saw lots of standards, benchmarks coming in. Like today, Principles of Responsible Investment, the UN body, PRI. The assets are maybe some trillions of dollars resting under responsible investing in PRI. So investment community is thinking about it, customers want it, community wants it. I think businesses have to do it. So yes, the journey has been with lots of political interventions. Like we saw many, like even the last one in COP28 in Dubai. We saw that, okay, we were talking about a unified carbon market, which till the last day the negotiations couldn't have happened. So in Baku this year, we might see that to happen because these projects need to be funded. Impact is lots. It's all across. You can get more customers. Your investors open up more deeper purses. Good for the employees. Every stakeholder concerned is getting into a happy stage if we are able to balance E, S, and G, and that is very important today to live in harmony. And when I do advise as a lawyer to companies of all natures, I would say it would be right from a unicorn to an MSME to a listed, and multinationals, first thing I really get to ask, what I just asked was laggard, follower, or a leader. And these are hard-hitting words. So first is that self-acceptance. No greenwashing. We have to follow law to the T. Now, the top 1,000 companies in India, once we see the evolution in India, are reporting on almost 200 parameters on ESG in their annual reports. Now, that's a big win for a country. Many of the countries are trying to go into that detailed reporting, but India has already reached there. In fact, we are one of the only countries which has put that 2% on CSR on the companies. One thing is, yes, we can always be in that negative mindset. No, nothing can happen. This is how it is, status quo. No, things are happening. And this is the youth which would take it to a far more bigger scale. Climate change, 1.5 degree to 2 degree Celsius, pre-industrial, 1850 to 1900, I think. It's alarming already. But yes, efforts are underway on a big scale by responsible corporates and governments globally that this planet A is habitable. And we need to be a serious player in it. And if you see with the latest IPCC Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, 90% of the path to net zero will come from reduction and 10% will be removals. We have to bring down our consumption patterns. The old age time when the transistor, I remember as a kid born in the 70s, getting the transistor repaired, going with my dad to a shop, getting it repaired. Reuse, repair, recycle would be very, very key. Like, it's not about money. You have to travel the same distance in a flight, short flight at least. Business class, definitely my carbon footprints are more. I take the economy. Fine. That's a personal choice. But every metric ton of carbon dioxide which we can carbon sequestrate, save, will help this planet, or else it's very easy to have great discussions in air-conditioned halls. So, yes, evolution in India, I think India is leading the way in many manners. In the Paris Climate Agreement itself, we are one of the best performing countries. 2030, 500 gigawatt of renewable energy. We might need $500 billion investment in it. I think things going not in a bad direction. And I'm very proud that today in India, on renewable, we started not that decades back, but still our energy coefficient is something around 0.76, not bad. And if we see last couple of years, RBI is trying that all the banking system gets onto more responsible disclosures on climate change. More of green bonds happen in the country. We will need to fund these projects, social projects, right? So there will be funds needed, and globally, those investments are coming in. And I would say it's the best space to be in this ESG sustainability aspect as professionals. Again, I, in my lifetime, will not be boarding that shuttle going into planet Mars. And I have to make the best of it here. Now, if you see, Paris Climate has actually got the nationally determined commitments, and India till 2070 is committed very much to make sure that, yes, we get to our net zero goals. Some countries are on 2050. Some of them aspirational in Western Europe would have taken a 2040. Aspect is every carbon footprint saved matters. And we would need to act upon now. It's our life. Now, last year it was a very interesting discussions happening with the global leaders in COP28 in Dubai this year in Baku. There is damage which is happened in the lower developed countries, lost damage funds, and enough funds are getting mobilized in billions of dollars. It can always be more and more, but at least this very platform each year is getting every country head to come together, the investment communities to come together, business houses to come together, NGOs to come together, private citizens coming in. We are having some dialogues happening, multidimensional. So it's not a static closed room meeting happening out. Media is covering it well, and the word HOPE, hope, gets really into full. I could see all the aspects of it during each of the COPs happening. One great thing was COP26 in Glasgow when it happened, and the global accounting body IFRS was given the mandate to set up homogeneity in ESG reporting, sustainability reporting, and they developed and got many of the other bodies merged into it, thought process. So now we have that aspect called a body of international board, ISSB. So two standards, S1, S2. Along with, we saw earlier this year, EU passing the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, CSRD. I think these two will dominate. Already 50% of the globe is signed up on IFRS S1, S2 to adopt it into their reporting practices. Okay, so yes, and it would be very, very clear out that when we are getting into a global language of reporting, things are developed, very clear, things will happen. And youth is what is going to make it happen. Now, aspect is, yes, we think we will do it in X years, X time. We might get derailed a bit here and there. But these global bodies and the way lawmaking is picking up in every country, each of the stock exchanges becoming more responsible with the reporting, disclosures, money involved, it is, yes, the change is there. The change is there. So every company of repute, non-repute, they are trying to do the best they can do. And let's give them that credit. Putting up a solar plant or just doing some activities around carbon sequestration, alternate technologies, yes. That will motivate them to do more. And its future is with this whole group of young people across the globe. There's lots of benefits. We all know it. We want to have a nice, happy life, which is happy. So yes, I would just try to close in with just this one particular thing. ESG is a powerful way to show leadership's commitment to long-term value and build trust. 8 billion population, growing. We need trust. And a platform like TEDx, best way to disseminate and build that trust. Thank you.